Hi, Giacomo. Thank you so much for coming to BizTalk. How are you today?
Hi, Mats. Thank you. I'm fine. We are very close to Christmas, and I'm happy to be here.
We're happy for Christmas. We're happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's give an introduction to yourself, and after we move to your startup.
Okay. On my side, I'm 24 years old, an economic background. I graduated 2 years ago in maritime economics at University of Genoa, where I'm graduating in management next March 2023. During my university journey, I attended different courses and programs. I won the Samsung Innovation Camp 2019 for University of Genoa with 6 months collaboration with the aquarium in Genoa, that is the biggest aquarium in Europe, to improve the millennials engagement. And in 2022, I won 2 scholarships for 2 study tours, one in Doha in May 2022 and one in Silicon Valley this summer, where I spent 2 weeks to meet Italian people working in Silicon Valley and to try to bring the startup mindset in Silicon Valley, that I think is the most cool place where you can start your business.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So let's start talking about PickEat.
Yeah. So good evening. My name is Jack, and I am the co-founder and CEO of PickEat, the app that gives people their time back, especially during lunch break. Why are we focusing on lunch break? Because we understood it is a critical moment in our working day or leisure where we are mass and stress and lose time. How inconvenient is it to have to wait for your order at the restaurant, squandering the 45% of your lunch break? Or to wait 35 minutes in line for lunch from a food truck at an event? PickEat enables people to reconquer traditionally lost time by utilizing a pre-order and prepayment system that can be associated with booking a table at the restaurant, which will be able to better organize the service, reduce the production of food waste, and increasing its revenues, as in a single service can sell a single table once more. After entering the PickEat app in the morning and selecting the restaurant, you may choose between the lunch menu or the a la carte menu what you want to eat. Invite friends to your cart and split the bill with them, paying with card or restaurant ticket. You will be served within 5 minutes of arriving at the restaurant, and you will have up to 25 minutes of free time during your lunch break. Similarly, on Sunday, at the exhibition, you may pre-order and prepay in the app at the food stands and use the time that would otherwise be wasted in the queue to continue enjoying the event by picking up your meal when you receive the notification in your app. The lunch break market in Europe is valued 252 billion euros, with Italy ranking third at 36 billion euros. According to a Cheerfood research in September 22, our reference market is worth 1.5 billion euros and is calculated by assuming that the 41% of people who eat at the restaurant on their lunch break are corporate employees, and the 23% of these have expressed a desire to pre-order the lunch during the morning. We are entering the market by forming partnerships with key companies that will provide us with their employees as users for whom we will provide our app to pre-order lunch. We usually ask the top 10 restaurants in the area of their offices to be able to send weekly emails to all the employees in the office and to promote the initiative in the office through flyers, stickers, presentations, and webinars. PickEat makes money in 3 ways: a fee per seat for pre-order plus table reservation at the restaurant, a percentage fee for takeaways, usually in events, and a monthly or annual subscription from private structures that choose not to be listed in the app, such as hotel restaurants or corporate canteens or cafeterias, to which we sell our platform as software as a service. PickEat distinguishes itself from its primary competitors by offering a table booking option to which a consumer has already put an order and has prepaid online, and the application presence even within large events, filling the critical need during the lunch break. That is our market focus at the moment. PickEat is currently able to list the 82% of the restaurants participating in the events on the app, with a conversion rate of the 35% from QR code and the 87% of customers at Salone Nautico di Genova, that is our last event, appreciate our service, and we have over 1,000 downloads of the app at the event. We reached 4,000 people at the previous event, Mercatino del Gusto, in Apulia, with 12,000 accesses to the web app in 5 days and the 22% of pre-orders coming via our app. We are now producing up to 15 covers each day in collaboration with the EY's office in Rome in 4 restaurants, but we have recently signed an agreement with Autostrade Serravalle and Gruppo Ferrovie Nord Milano that allows us to make our app available to all the 12,000 employees in Milan of the companies. Our primary event partners include IEG and Summer Trade of Fiera di Rimini, with whom we will begin a 3-year partnership on January 2023, and the Genoa International Boat Show, where we had the opportunity to work with companies such as Italy. Giacomo Perazzo, the winner of Samsung Innovation Camp 2019 with the University of Genoa and participant in 2 study tours with as many scholarships in Silicon Valley and Doha in 2022, leads our great team. Matteo Miglietta is our CMO, and he has 1 year of experience at Nuvolab and 2 years of experiences in Dentsu, where he worked as project consultant for Nestlé, Amazon, and Google. Alessandro is our COO with 3 years of experience at EY as a senior consultant, and who founded the Facebook community of 500,000 individuals. Gabriele Gigante, CTO, he has a European experience thanks to the Erasmus Plus program in Turkey, and he has 2 years of experience as full stack developer at in a medtech SaaS company. We are seeking 500,000 euros to increase our technical team and improve our product, as well as to assist the acquisition of restaurants and companies as partners, and to establish the team in Milan that will serve as headquarters of our business in the coming months. These are our contacts, and thank you for your time investing in our startup.
Thank you so much, Giacomo. Let me ask you, what exactly is your go-to-market strategy? Are you more focused on events or corporations and restaurants, for example?
Okay, because we have not so much money at the moment, we thought during last spring how we can acquire users and restaurants, and what could be the right strategy to do that. On user side, we thought on where we can find the users. As our target users are employees, we can sign partnership with companies to acquire users, and so to have users on the app, then that allows us to go into the restaurant and say, hey, we have an app when there are 2,000-3,000 people in that building that are ready to order in your restaurant. On the other side, events help us to acquire on one end users, because if we organize an event in Milano, for example, where we already have restaurants, we can have users that uses the app at Sunday, for example, at the event, and then on Monday he goes to the office and use our app to pre-order their lunch. But on the other end, for example, as happened in Salone Nautico in Genoa, we had the opportunity to work with a very huge restaurant as Italy, that is our partner in Salone Nautico in Genoa, and we are talking to provide our service to them in the restaurants around Italy. So events help us to acquire users on one side, but to engage with restaurants on the other.
You had 2 business models. One is B2B, one is B2C. How do you combine, and how to make sure that the 2 together, because they're pretty different, they can work well?
Yeah, we are at the moment most focusing on the B2B market because we are not directly talk with the users. So to acquire users, as I said, we partner with companies on one side. We sign contract and sell our platform to restaurant, and we sell our platform to the event. Then is the event that communicates the service to all the attendees of the event that purchase the ticket of of the event online, for example, and they receive the email from the event. So right now we don't directly try to contact new users or potential users, but we are trying to use a container of users, as we said in our company, to try to reach more as much users as we can with a single email that can be sent from the company or from the event.
So Italy today is your main market, correct?
Yeah, right now we are working only in Italy, but we have projects to go abroad in 2023. In fact, we have a great connection with Romania. In Bucharest, there is a close friend to me that is trying to help us to bring our product and our app in Bucharest too, starting with the students and the university in Bucharest. That is the company, we can say, the organization where he works at the moment. And also Romania, it could be a huge market for events, especially for music festival during the summer. All the Eastern Europe is a huge market for music festival, and it could be our focus for the next years. But we also have one project in the US, because I built a great network during the summer, especially in Los Angeles, where I've been after my trip in Silicon Valley, and also in Florida, where we have a guy that is very close to us, also because Alessandro, one of our co-founders, is half Italian and half American. So we can also use him to establish the company in the US.
Let me ask you. Your strategy is more based, because you need containers, big containers. So it's more based on a city with big universities and big corporations, which means big city mostly, or more wide or wider. I mean, means be everywhere.
No, our strategy at the moment is to move city by city, and also the strategy to go and sign partnership with huge companies allows us to do and run this strategy. Because, for example, if we sign a contract with an international company that has an office in Milano, for example, and then we want to move in Madrid or in Paris or in London, and the company has an office in that city, in the new city, we can start with one office and not with zero, because we have an agreement with the company in Italy. And so it is also a strategy to scale city by city in the next future.
Do you find complicated to find restaurants use your application?
It depends, because if you move in an area in the city where you already have users in an office, it's simple to acquire the restaurant than in an area where you don't have users. So it depends, and it depends city by city. For example, I started to sell our product in Genoa, that is my born city. But the culture is a bit old, and the culture and it's very difficult to sell a product in Genoa, but it's a great challenge for me, because I want to be in my born city in the next months. Then, for example, in Milano and Rome, that are maybe the most international cities in Italy, we found a very great restaurateurs and restaurant owners that are very happy to test our product. And also, for example, in Rome, we found a restaurant owner that help us to spread our platform to all the users, to all the customers that he has for the restaurant, because this restaurant in the past made the pre-order via WhatsApp, and so they see the very we simplify their work with our platform, because they have a single platform where all the orders go. So yeah, it depends on the city and in the area or in the city.
Your clients are the corporations and restaurants. What's the user journey when I'm going to use your application if I want to order my lunch break meal?
Yeah, as I try to explain in the pitch, you log in into the app, then you have the home page where you can see all the restaurants that are close to you, so close to your office. You select the restaurant, then you can choose between the fixed menus for lunch, for example, the lunch menu that the restaurant sell for a special day or for all the week, for example, or you can choose your dishes from the a la carte menu. Then when you add all the dishes or the menu to the cart, you can invite your friend and colleague to the cart to have a shared cart, and that allows you to split the bill when you finish the selection of all the dishes that you want to eat. You can split the bill and you can pay directly in the app by your credit card or with the Ticket Restaurant. Or you can choose to pay with Ticket Restaurant at the restaurant when you arrive in the restaurant. If your Ticket Restaurant, if we don't have your Ticket Restaurant as a payment system in the app, then when you arrive at the restaurant, you show your QR code on your user app to the restaurant owner, and you can see it at the table. When you are served in 5 minutes, because the restaurant already knows your order, and then when you have finished, you can go out because you have already paid, and so all is done, and you can have a walk before you are coming back to the office.
Yeah, what's the state today? Where are you staying? Do you have any KPIs that you can already showcase?
Yeah, I think that the most important KPI is to have recurrently users that log in our app and make 15 covers as average per day, especially in the 4 restaurants in Rome that will be 10 by the end of the year, because we are signing the contracts with the last restaurants in the area. So I think this is the most important, and also the fact that we have 1,400 orders in the last 3 months on the app. On the event side, I think that the 43% conversion rate from QR code is a huge number in event, in food court, and also the 87% of people loved our service and want to use it again in another event.
You are fundraising 500K. You already say, are you going to use this funding? What about scaling? Are you going to scale this company? Where do you want to go? You already talked about Romania, but what's your, because I mean, you've been talking also about US. I do believe when you scale it to be focused in one place at the very beginning and make sure that you can follow up with others, succeeding with the first one. So why East Europe? Not only because I suppose you have a friend there, but do you have any strategy behind your expansion, for example, in East Europe? Do you believe East Europe can be stronger than West Europe?
Yes, because for example, our system or our culture in Italy is to have lunch break at the restaurant with 1 hour of time. That is a culture that is shared in the south of Europe, so Spain, Portugal, France, Italy, and Greece. But it is also the culture that they have in the Eastern Europe. On the other hand, the culture is different in the north and in UK, because people don't spend time at the restaurant during lunch break. So if we want to enter the northern market or the UK market, we have to review our product. And on the other hand, we choose the Eastern Europe because I think, especially for startup, the Eastern Europe market is growing a lot, and I was at the Web Summit in Lisbon at the beginning of November, and I saw that the Eastern Europe market for startup is the only market that is now competitive with the US market. So I think that in that part of Europe we can also find more money or more interest for our startup. And also, as I said before, the market, especially for the event, is very huge because of the music festivals happening in the summer, and all the Eastern Europe people love very much the music festival and the festival for a regional festival or they like more to go on a festival than at a disco, for example, on Saturday night. So it could be a very great market, and also the event market is growing very well in that side of Europe with the 30% year-over-year growth in the Eastern. On the other side, the lunch and the event market in the North and the West Europe is growing less than in the East. So it's a strategy, a strategic move to go in the East. And yes, obviously the opportunity to have a friend there that can help us, it's a very strong opportunity for us.
Absolutely. What's your long vision for PickEat?
Yeah, PickEat will be the app that gives people their time back. That means that we want that with our app, people don't lose time to have lunch at events, at a restaurant during lunch break, or for example, at the company canteens or in the hotel restaurant. Right now, our focus is on the lunch break, but our vision is to avoid losing time and wasting time at the restaurant for all the customers. That means that in the future it could also we can also apply our app. For example, when you go to the theater or to the cinema and you have a small time before the beginning of the show to have your dinner, and we can we could be there and we want to be there also to help people not to losing time at the restaurant. And also on our vision, that means with our system we can also help restaurants to reduce food waste. That is another of our values that we are promoting, because for example, in a restaurant that uses PickEat with the 100% of pre-ordered seats, so they know in advance all the orders that they have to cook, they can cut the food waste by 90%. That I think it's a huge number. That means that a restaurant could save 4,000 kilos of CO2 emission every year thanks to our system. And this is another value that we want to promote and try to apply in the restaurants.
Giacomo, thank you so much for coming to BizTalk. It's been a great pleasure for me. I do hope in Equity Match we can help you to raise your funds, and I wish you all the best, because we are a few days from Christmas. Merry Christmas.
I hope the same, and thank you for inviting me. Merry Christmas, and I wish you a happy new year and a new year of success for Equity Match and PickEat.
Thank you, Giacomo. Take care.